all these things are going on at this club, brother. No one's seeing it. Like we need, bruv. Like I said it last week about the clear out that we need at this football club because it is rotten to the core. It's poison. And I said, bruv, I'd rather us get no European football and just blow up the whole thing.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Yes, people, another edition of Nights of the Roundtable Discussions where we discuss all sports all the time. Got my guy ST with me. How are you doing, sir?
Okay. I'm telling you officially not Ghanaian. Why Jimmy Power? My team are full of fools. Kwasiasem. What about damn all the nonsense? I'm half Ivorian, half Togolese.
No. Don't try to come to our side.
Your side, you're Jamaica.
Bruv. No. I am 1/15 Ivorian. I've told you this.
Do you speak Akan? Do you speak French?
I did French in primary school.
Do you speak Akan as well?
Akan, we don't need it. We don't need it.
A man said we don't need it.
Drogba and I have an understanding in it.
Wow. Look at this fraudulent. Wow.
Oh, mate, listen, I didn't even want to talk about it, but seeing this, you brought it up, bro.
Bro, listen, I need to get it off my chest.
Like, Ghana, not even, Ghana can't even get considered for the best third place finish. You lot are out, bro. Out of the Cup of Nations.
1 point.
Out of 3 games, bro. Losing to the Commodores, you know?
Blood, Lionel Richie. Madagascar, Pixar Animation. Them people. Bro, they're not even a country. They're an island, bro. Do they play football?
Bro, they discovered football last week.
And they still bopped us.
Oh, man. No, don't get me wrong. That referee was on corruption, though. I can't lie.
Yeah. He got paid, but still Ghana should be beating a team like that. Listen, the referee got paid. I respect. Like, listen, he's living good now. It's cool. A lot of these African refs are living good, but you know what? Listen, Ghana didn't deserve to go through. It would have been a travesty if they went through, if I'm being honest. Like, Gabon and Morocco have played the best football. Comoros, I was watching them as well against Morocco. They did play very well, and they gave Gabon a good game. So this has been coming for Ghana. Ghana needed an overhaul now, and I'm glad they're seeing. There were a couple of good youngsters. Like I mentioned of Kamwa Fatwa, who was the under-20 best player when Ghana won that. And a guy called Sulemana, who plays for...
Yeah, he's good. He's good. Even Pansel, bro.
Pansel was very good. I like Pansel as well. And I like the guy in the centre midfield, Daniel Kofi Kere. I thought he was decent. So Ghana got some good players here. The goalkeeper is a Wally Cott. Terrible goalkeeper. Man plays for Swindon Town and we're paying him.
Bro, listen, I told you, man, yeah. Them IU brothers are a curse, fam.
Agreed.
Ever since they became prominent in that team, yeah, you lot have done nothing, gone backwards. Get rid of them. Like Andre Ayew, passion merchant, bruv. Just beats his chest. Like nothing to it, bruv. Literally, like Jordan, bruv, I don't know. Bruv, Jordan, I don't know how he's playing for Crystal Palace, to be honest. Like, I don't know how, bruv.
In front of Olise, in front of Eze, in front of Benteke, in front of Edward. Listen, they all need to go. It's done. Like, it's good that this has happened now. So now they'll know that there's a big problem. You know what the joke thing? Ghana still have a World Cup playoff to do.
Against who?
We haven't. The draws on Saturday.
Oh, okay.
So, and I think we're the worst team. Anyhow,
because I know we're out. We're out, and we can't qualify for it.
Yeah, Ivory Coast are out. But anyhow, we get anyhow we get any team. Listen, I'm not looking forward to it. Anyhow, we get Algeria getting smoked. Hey, Algeria.
Listen, them Nigerians are praying they get you, bruv.
Oh, bro, Nigeria are moving crazy though. They're winning 2-0.
This is what I'm saying, bruv. This is what I'm saying. But anyway, that's enough for the AFCON people. We are back.
Sorry.
No. We've always got to go shout out that AFCON, bruv. But we're gonna have a proper AFCON thing when it gets deeper into the competition. But people, we are back. Footie Chat is back again. Another week, another circus going on in the Premier League. And we're going to get to it. Currently got the United Brentford game in the background. It's half time. It's 1-0. And then we've got Leicester Spurs as well, which is currently 1-1. And obviously Cup of Nations games as well.
1-0 to Brentford, right?
That's 0-0.
Oh, sorry.
No. But people, as usual, before we start, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Get the likes up, get the subscriptions up, all that good stuff. As I say all the time, share. We are here. Don't forget to join our social media pages as well. Links are in the description. Might have the truth come on, might not. He's MIA at the moment. Don't know what's happened to him, but we needed to get this out there. People, I did promise you Fight Talk. Unfortunately, hasn't been able to be put out as of yet, but it will come out at the same time as this video. So if you're a Footie Chat and you enjoy your combat sports, head over to the other video, the Fight Talk, first of 2022 with my guy Tooth. Might as well start with another episode of the Real Housewives of Man United, bro.
Ireland again, yeah.
I'm telling you, absolute shambles, which culminated in the weekend's fixture. Obviously, we know we got Brentford United in the background, but the 2-2 draw against Aston Villa. ST, bro, like let's just focus on the game first of all. It was a game of two halves. Like, I haven't seen us so comfortable in the first half in a very, very long time. Aston Villa were really bad, and I don't think we were great, but we were all right. We were comfortable, but we didn't take the chances to kill off the game, and it was only 1-0. Obviously, second half, Aston Villa couldn't play any worse than what they did in the first half, right? Second half comes and they come out all guns blazing, and we actually score against the run of play, making it 2-0. And then the game management just goes out the window. For you, just tell us what you thought of the game, bro, on a whole.
As you said, a game of two halves. So we started very well. I'd say even the first 30 minutes, we were keeping the ball. We were pressing them very well. Even though Aston Villa were quite bad, I still thought that Man United were dominating. Bruno, I have to shout out Bruno for that, because Bruno was actually doing a lot of the simple things very well, keeping his game actually quite simple. There were players running through. Mason looked dangerous. Alanga looked all right. He looked all right. And it was fluid. You know, I mean, Man United were keeping the ball. It was good. It wasn't, Man United weren't excellent, but it was good. I was satisfied with the first half. Then what's happened, because Man United at the moment, we don't have a lot of confidence. They went into their shell, and Aston Villa could sense that. And yeah, that's what happened. And then Aston Villa started playing a lot better, started shooting at De Gea. De Gea was saving us as usual.
Bro, he's saved us right now, bro, in this Brentford game.
I'm not surprised, but it's really bad. And I think I sent this to you in a group chat. I'm like, De Gea must be looking at these men like, you man are side men. I'm doing all this for what? Anyway, so second half, Aston Villa come out strong. They make the substitutions at the correct time, which I'm going to criticize Ragnick from, because Ragnick didn't make substitutions. For me, you need to bring on someone to hold the ball. I would have brought on Donny at this point, really. I would have still kept Fred, but I would have put Donny, and I would have put Donny, and I would have still kept Matic, even though Matic was on a yellow card. He wouldn't have done anything stupid. Because at least with those two of the three players can have ball retention, and then you have that one player who breaks the lines, who breaks the ball, who, you know, does the Kante role, if you say. And then I felt that the front three were pretty decent, were lively, you know. Mason was lively, holding up the ball very well. Alanga was getting into very good positions, causing Matty Cash a lot of problems. I think that team would have sufficed. And I think that if we had made the substitutions at that time, I think Man United would have coasted to the win. But then what's happening is that we kept bottoming it, you know, corner after corner after corner. And then eventually Jacob Ramsey scores, set up by Coutinho, who showed his quality again, and then Coutinho in the right position. and it was not and scored, and it was nothing more than they deserved, really. To be
Mm-hmm.
honest, Aston Villa deserved it on the form of the second half. So it was a game of two halves. We missed some vital things. Rangnick needs to take a lot of criticism for his substitutions. Like I said, 89th minute, you're bringing on Jesse and you're bringing on Donny. And no, I didn't agree with that at all. It was wrong. It should have been earlier, at least 50, 60 minutes. You should bring them to at least, because with them two, or even if you just bring on Donny, or even if you bring on Lingard, ball retention, ball retention, ball
Exactly. And
retention. Yeah, go on.
bro, listen, for me, right? That first, as I said, the first half is probably the most comfortable that I've seen us in a very long time. The most comfortable, even more comfortable, apart from obviously the Crystal Palace game in the first half, right? And the second half, I said it. I was like, we haven't buried them. They're going to come out and they're going to be a completely different team. Because you remember, we only played them on the Monday before and they should have won in the FA Cup game, right?
Exactly.
Bro, these games are proving that these players aren't good enough. But I completely agree with you when you said about Ragnick, he needs to hold some responsibility. And here's my reason why. Like, for me, you give Bruno credit, I don't. Like, I know, like, the first goal that was scored, like, that was Emi Martinez. It's a mistake,
Yeah.
right? The second goal, obviously, top bins. He binsed it. Like, brilliant. For me, and I'm seeing it in this Brentford game as well, I don't want Bruno anywhere near the halfway line. Because you see, when he crosses it into the defensive half, he becomes a liability. And he's doing this crap that he was doing under Ollie, where he just keeps going wherever he wants. And he's more a hindrance than he is a solution, right? And that's what I don't like. But anyway, he got the 2 goals, so he can stay on. My biggest issue were Jaden needed to come on earlier, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cavani should have never finished that game. He was awful. Awful. Like, I hear people say Cavani's putting the team to hold up the ball. He's never been, even when he was in his prime at Napoli and PSG, he couldn't hold up a football. Like, Cavani's role in a team is to press and the fox in the box. But I'm seeing Cavani not pressing, and I'm seeing him out wide. I'm seeing him in midfield. Like, he was contributing nothing. He couldn't lay off the ball. He couldn't control the ball. He couldn't hold up the ball. And he wasn't a threat in the penalty area. So why was he there? Move Mason into the middle. Bring Jaden on so we can play on the counter, especially after 2-0, so we can play on the counter. Then bring Donny on. Like, even if Bruno stayed on, all right, me personally, I take Bruno off for Donny after he scored the second goal for ball retention. But if you didn't want to do that, cool. Take off Matic because he's on a yellow card, so he can't commit any more tackles, right? But you didn't do that. You didn't do the fundamental things that could have allowed you to see out the game. Like, I'm getting vibes where I'm just like, what's your motive here? Because you're just playing the same players that Ollie was playing, and you're doing the same thing that Ollie was doing, right? And I've got to question this. Like, are you doing this because you realize that these players are rubbish and they can't do what you want them to do? Or is it a case of you genuinely don't know what you're doing with these players? Like, you dropping, like, anyone that's been dropped has been up. Don't be wrong, credit where credit's due. The fridge on toes can't get back in the team. Fair enough. Wan-Bissaka and the couch potato can't get back in the team. Fair enough. But in the forward areas, you're not doing what I want you to do. And there's going to come a time where in which, look, we watched these players fail under Ollie, right? So all the players that were on the bench, how much worse can they be, really,
Exactly.
in terms of what we're seeing on the pitch? Like, how bad is it that you can't do this? And this is what I expected for him, to come and ruffle some feathers, and I'm not seeing that. And it is an issue for me. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not blaming Ragnick in terms of this team, this squad. because he needs time. He needs time. Unfortunately, not going to get the time because he's moving up. So he's got to work with what he's got. But at the same time, I'm expecting you as a man that's been a manager and been a director of football to realize that a lot of these players that you're playing aren't good enough. And apparently it has come out that he's gone to the board and he said Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Fat Shaw and the Fridge on Toes aren't good enough to be Manchester United players, which is fair enough. And you've left them out, which is good. But there's more dead wood than that you need to, that needs to be addressed. And I'm just like, how much worse can Donny be? How much worse can Jesse be? How much worse can bringing Tony back in the team be? Do you know what I mean? But it's one of them ones where, again, it was 2 points dropped. Mm-hmm. And now that puts us, like, we're 3 points off Arsenal. I think we're 6 points off West Ham. And Arsenal got level games with us. Spurs have got games in hand. So it's a long road, especially if he doesn't get 3 points this evening. It's a long road for him. But let's talk about Tony, right? After the game, instead of the focus being on how the team's thrown away a 2-goal lead at Villa and made an ex-Liverpool player come and bad us up, Ragnick comes out and says Tony's refused to be in the squad. He doesn't want to play because he wants to go. Now, it's no secret that Tony said he wants to leave, which is fair enough, right? But for you to come out as the manager and say a player doesn't want to be in a match squad and doesn't want to play, that's a problem for me, because even if that is the case, you keep that in-house. Mm-hmm. You keep that in-house, right? Irrespective of whatever's gone on, you keep it in-house. We criticized and crucified Jose for doing this to players, right? So We've got to have the same energy for what Wreck-It Ralph has done. But then Tony came out, hit back, and said, "I've been here for 7 years, and I've never refused to play." Right?
I believe him.
And so do I. I believe him, because you remember Maureen wanted rid of him.
Exactly.
Maureen gave Zlatan his number. Maureen wanted rid, and Tony didn't refuse. Bro, that was probably his darkest moment. In this case, Tony's saying, "I'm fed up and I want to leave." Whereas back in Jose was like, "I want rid." So it's a completely different context. If anything, Jose wants worse, and he never refused to play. But ST, I'm saying from a club standpoint, it's embarrassing, bro. It's embarrassing. Like, you're Manchester United Football Club, supposed to be one of the biggest clubs in football, and you've got stuff like this leaking instead of talking about the fact that you've thrown away 2 points away at Aston Villa, bro.
This is why I hate it, so I can't stand this club. Like, I feel so sorry. You understand, yeah? I feel so sorry for Martial. The way this club has disrespected him, disrespected Donny, disrespected Jesse. Like, it's unbelievable. Like, Martial, I'm sure, would never refuse to play with Manchester United shirt. Really and truly, he is one of the favorites out there. Mm-hmm. If you talk to fans, you say he's one of his favorite players. Mm-hmm. But I think it's not only Ralf that said that. I think that there's an issue with the club where he's saying that, listen, we don't want Martial to play anymore because he's not committed. I think it's from up top. I didn't agree with what Ragnick did. I was so annoyed with what I was fuming, because I was like, even if he did say that, which I don't believe at all, you don't leave that out. It's basically what Arteta's been doing with Pepe and Abama. And I don't agree with it. Whereas there are other players in that team who have been doing the madness. For example, like Xhaka and all them man there, and he's not said anything. But when it's other certain players, it's done. It's gender. For me, it's genders. If you know what I mean. You know, the French players are never going to be protected by this. By the Mancs. You know, if a Manc was to say that, look at even Short's comments the other day saying that, oh, the team is not, we're not working together. Maybe it's our fault. If one of these if Pogba were to say something like that,
could you imagine?
Yeah,
could you imagine the fuckeries?
They'll be done out. Yeah, they'll be done out here. So my thing is this: I don't believe he did that. I don't believe he even said that. I believe he's been frozen out of the team. I think Ragnick has been told to even say that. I generally do think, I'll be honest with you, I'm still criticizing him for even saying it, but I think he's been told to say it. Say that, listen, Martial is refusing to play. Martial's on big wages. That this sort of stuff, it goes on football. Like I played football a decent level. Like stuff happens in football clubs which don't get talked about. But you know what you'll hear? You'll hear, oh, the player has an attitude problem. The player is this. The player is that. The player doesn't get along with his managers. But whereas an institution, these things go on and it's not said. So I generally believe Martial, and he's been treated extremely badly by this club. Like, for example, like you said, given the number 9 to who was it? Zlatan?
Yeah.
Then frozen out, then made a scapegoat when Man United were performing bad. And has he been involved in? He hasn't been involved hardly this season.
Well, this is it, and this is why I'm so glad, right, that with all this shit going on with this football club right now, that Tony and Pogba are involved. Because could you imagine if they were both fit and both signed contracts to stay at this football club? Could you imagine how much they'd be crucifying them right now? Even when these men aren't involved, their names are still getting called. Tony's been getting called saying he refusing to play. Labille, people are saying don't come back because you don't want to sign a new deal. Now I'm just like, brother, the two of them have been injured. One's come back, but he said, you know what, January transfer window's here. I've had enough of this circus. I've had enough of being disrespected by these fans. I've had enough, right, of not being played in my position, right? I want to go elsewhere. Because Tony's 25?
26. He just
26. So he's coming in to his prime.
Yeah.
So he wants to play. So let him go and play, right? Labille, 28, gonna be 29. Bro, he knows he can go anywhere he wants. He wants to be winning league titles and Champions Leagues. Let him go. Bro, to a lesser extent, a man that has been through the wars and back in Jesse Lingard, right, had to deal with so many antics off the field, right? Comes back to Manchester United, right, from that, gets frozen out, goes on loan to West Ham, tears it up, right? Then you had Oli lie to him and say, oh, we want you to stay because we're going to use you. Don't use him, right? And now he's in a predicament in which he still can't get anything going on under this new manager. So he wants to go. I think it came earlier today that Newcastle are looking to buy him. At least he'll be playing football, bro. These are the things. Donny, as Leicester go 2-1 up. Donny, people are saying, well, with Donny, that Ollie's been there, now Ragnick's coming, and he still can't get a game. Brother, like, Donny van der Beek, this is a guy that nearly made a Champions League final, right? Was tearing it up for Ajax, got sold a dream by Edwin van der Sar, right? And the guy has never, I don't think he's played 3 games in a row for this club. So what do you expect to happen? What do you think that a man is just going to go in? Bruv, we've watched players, right, play 6, 7, 8, 9 games in a row for Manchester United and still been crap, right? And Donny hasn't even played 3 games in a row, and all of a sudden, he's not good enough. It don't make no sense, bro. Like, it's like, yeah, and as I said, this was the agenda that Ollie was on about having this British core of players, right? It's like, bro, it comes in like Brexit. No foreigners allowed in this club, bro.
Real talk.
This is what's coming. And you're seeing the shit show that it is, bro, on the football pitch. Right?
I'm glad it's happening.
It's ridiculous, bro. And I'm glad it's happening because this whole thing needs to be blown up. And the thing is, I don't go on about it all the time because I'm realistic in my expectations. And I'm just like, we need to get back on getting the Glazers out of this football club. I said it in many podcasts. Until these guys go, nothing is going to change, right? But my whole thing is now that the immediate thing is is that we need to start putting pressure on Ralf, bro. That these players are not good enough. So you might as well play the players that haven't been playing.
Agreed.
Because they can't be any worse, bro.
You're better off playing the man like Alanga. You're better off playing Sancho. Like, I feel, like I said, even Sancho is getting disrespected. Sancho, so Sancho, basically, if you're not the man them, or if you're not on this Brexit FT,
bro, call it how it is, bro. If you're not part of the EDL, bro, you're not getting in, bro.
Bar Wan-Bissaka.
Oh no, I said, bro. They just about accept him, bro. I think it's only because he's playing for England. If man decided to play, if he decided to play for Congo, bro, it would have been a completely different story.
He needs to go play for Congo, bro. I'll be real.
Bruv, I'm sorry, but he needs to, bruv. You're not getting, Kyle Walker's still there, yeah? You're not getting in ahead of Reece James and Trent. Lamptey's ahead of him as well, bruv.
But even Lamptey,
go and play for Congo, bruv.
I'll tell even Lamptey go to Ghana, bro. They will disrespect. Obviously, I know Lamptey's good enough to play for England, but they won't play him.
But this is what I'm saying, bro. Unless you're part of that British core, yeah, it's like that. Or you're like Cristiano and Bruno, bruv, like stat padders. Like, obviously, Cristiano's got that legendary status at the club, innit? And then Bruno's a stat padder. If you're not part of that, bruv, they don't want you in, bruv. Like, every time, Dalot and... Have you noticed? Every time Dalot and Telles have a bad game, bruv, they're on them straight away. Like, how many bad games did we see from Fat Shaw and Wan-Bissaka, bruv?
Dalot's been
nothing was said.
Dalot and Telles has been playing well. Dalot's been balling up.
Yeah. I mean, we know that Dalot can't play defensively, but you know what I mean? It is what it is, bro. Like, could you imagine if McToilet decided that he wanted to play for England instead of Scotland, bro? You know how much more they'd be wanking in socks over this guy?
McToilet, he doesn't even play centre midfield for his team.
Bro, this is what I'm saying, bro. Like, all these things are going on at this club, brother. No one's seeing it. Like, we need, bruv, I said it last week about the clear out that we need at this football club because it is rotten to the core. It's poison. And I said, I'd rather us get no European football and just blow up the whole thing. Blow up the whole thing, start from scratch, bruv, and just get rid. Just get rid. Like, and the problem, my issue is, right, because everyone's on this, we are getting rid of players. You're getting rid of the wrong players, bruv.
Exactly.
You're getting rid of Tony, the only man that can hold up a football.
Skillful.
Right? You're getting rid of Labio, bruv. One of the best midfielders, bruv. Like, you can see that you're missing him, right? Jesse, bruv, brings the energy. Don't get me wrong. I never rated Jesse that highly, but he's still better than the rest of some of the players that we got. Donny van der Beek, bruv. Donny van der Beek. Baller, bruv. Absolute
if
baller.
You watch him, you know he's a baller. You watch him, and even in these little snippets, I'm like, he must be looking around like, you lot are dickheads. Bruv, you lot, honestly.
Dead food, bruv. Dead food. Like, and those are the...
And I'll tell you what, when Mata comes on, there's a reason why Mata likes playing with Van der Beek. Mata likes playing balling.
But when you have when you put Pogba, Mata, Donny, Martial, Jesse, Sancho on the same pitch, bruv. Like, if you play the style that is conducive to the... I'm watching Man United right now, and I see... Do you know what I see? I see no one that controls the tempo of the game in the midfield, right? The centre-backs have the ball. One of the midfielders will drop, and either two things happen. Either everyone runs off, or everyone comes to feet. And it's just like, you can't play a 1-2. You can't play triangles, because they just don't play that style of football, bruv. It's always, I need 6, 7, 8 touches instead of playing 2-touch football. Like, it makes no sense to me, bro. And you can say it comes from a coaching aspect, but I think literally Ralf has looked at it and said, these guys are shit, bruv.
Yeah.
These guys are crap, bruv. But it is what it is, man. Like, Alanga scores, bruv.
Oh, congratulations to him. He's been playing well. Big up.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. I reckon... and that's why I say I'm not getting onto Ralf too much, but I reckon he's doing things. I said it last week. He's trying to do things slowly. But what I don't like is that we've still got that same core and that same spine of players that we shouldn't have, bruv. Okay. And that's why I get onto him. And obviously his game management needs to be dealt with. But apart from that, I think slowly but surely he's going to try and change this. and all for the better, bruv. All for the better, bruv. Do you know what I mean? But ST, we gotta move on, bruv. It's not United talk today.
I hear you, but
It's not United talk today.
Martial was there, and if he does go, I wish him good luck. He was one of my favorite players. Honestly, pleasure to watch. Honestly, a wonderful player.
You just want him for Sevilla, bruv. But we're being linked with him now, bruv. Juve, bruv. We need him after Chiesa's out long term.
Oh, bro, he'll go Juve instead of Sevilla. Even though Sevilla, we are playing so well. We need a striker. That's it.
But the thing is, but you lot are second, bruv. We're fourth right now. We're fifth. Sorry, we're fifth right now.
Exactly.
So we're struggling, but we'll see.
The issue is Benzema and Vinicius are playing so well and scoring goals. Sevilla are scoring goals, defending excellently, but we need a striker to pull us over, and he'd be it. But
nah, I hear that. But ST, let's move on to Chelsea, bruv.
Hey, listen, man, like Graham, you know.
Obviously Chelsea drawing 1-1 again last night. Bro, if I listen to this form, bro. Listen to this form, right? Since they lost to West Ham, the 3-2 loss, yeah. They've won 2, lost 1, and drawn 5.
Yeah, I read that the other day.
Yeah, bruv. They've drawn 5. So that's 8 games, 8 Premier League games. Obviously, they're in the Carabao Cup final, through to the next round of the FA Cup. Obviously, Champions League to come and whatnot. But, bro, from your perspective, bruv, what is going on with Thomas Tuchel and Chelsea?
It's one main thing, the strike, the front options. I feel so sorry for Chelsea's defenders. They are doing their job. You can only do so much if your strikers ain't scoring. Werner, we have to get onto, even though Werner, I will say this, Werner has been playing well. He is offering something. However, he can't finish. Mark Henry, moving on.
Geodude, bruv.
Geodude. Ziyech, inconsistent. Pulisic, not consistent enough, even though he's a player I like. Callum Hudson-Odoi, not consistent enough. Go to Ghana, by the way. We will take you anyway.
You don't need him, bruv.
We need him, but he's not playing great. The front options are not there. They're not like they used to with Drogba. You had other strikers there that would help Chelsea.
Diego Costa.
You had Hazard as a player there that would link things up.
Mm-hmm.
The midfield and the defense for Chelsea, top notch. But when it gets to the striking options, at the end of the day, the aim of the game is to score goals, and Chelsea don't score enough goals, and it's due to their front three.
Nah,
that's usually the problem.
100%. I can agree with you, but look, under Fat Frank, let's go back to Fat Frank, right? Because when he took over, obviously their transfer ban and blah, blah, blah. But we said when they finished 4th and did they win something under Fat Frank? I can't remember, but I think
they didn't win anything.
Yeah, but I think they finished 4th.
They
or
finished
3rd, whichever one.
But Tuchel had come in half the season, and then he
my thing was at the end of that season, we said, well, I know a lot of people said the problem with Chelsea is that they don't have anyone to put away the chances, right? Mm-hmm. Even in Fat Frank's half a season, we were still saying the same things. They're creating chances, but don't score. Fat Frank goes, Tuchel comes in, they get to an FA Cup final, they finish in the top 4, they finished the 3rd, or was it 4th? One out of 2 of them, and they win the Champions League, right? Going to after spending money, because was that? Yeah, that was the season where they bought Kai Havertz, bought Timo Werner, Ziyech. This summer, we said they need a centre forward. They go and buy Geodude from Inter Milan. We know the story behind that. He didn't want to leave, blah, 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 blah. is it a case of, right? Because we're no longer saying all Chelsea need is someone to finish the chances. What it looks like to me now is Chelsea aren't creating enough chances. Yeah, it looks like that. And I understand that Reece James is injured, Ben Chilwell's been injured, Kovacic was injured for a significant part of the season, COVID and all the rest of it, right? But when you see a Chelsea team like that not creating enough chances, is this now down to the manager? Are we seeing, right, what we saw with Tuchel when he was at PSG, where when he gets a few personalities in the dressing room, he can't hack it? Is that what we're seeing now? And is that why we're seeing those effects coming onto the pitch now?
I think partly because we all know that he didn't deal very well with the Messi, Neymar situation because he'd want them to press. That's the thing with these German coaches. As much as I love their football, what they lack, and I think they don't like that player that is technically aware, that Guardiola type player, that one that likes to get on the ball. That's what their teams, and even Ragnick, that's what their team. German football is all about efficiency. But that's only going to stand if the team is as equally as efficient as you. But I always say the best thing is the reason why Guardiola has been so successful and continues to be successful is the ball moves faster than the player. There needs to be a situation where you need to get someone on the ball. And I think Sarri was in the way of getting it right. He just needed to get a few players to implement his system, but that's the way you're supposed to play. You're supposed to have someone who's technically competent in the games that you don't have this press and break, or you don't have too much space. You need that creative player to break teams down and break the low blocks. And I think what I'm seeing from Chelsea, Liverpool, all these German coaches is that they don't like breaking the low block. They can't, and they're finding, and they don't like players that can actually break a low block, and that's the issue. And I think that that's a deficiency within the German coaching system, even though they've become a lot of the best coaches in the world. And also, the German culture is quite reserved. It's it's more like you do what you're told, stuff like that. So they don't really like the personalities. So when they come up with someone like a character, for example, someone like Aubameyang had issues with
Tuchel.
Yeah, did he have?
It was Tuchel.
Was it Tuchel?
Yeah, it was Tuchel.
Yeah, or he had issues, or for example, Kroos had issues. Doesn't like Aubameyang for certain reasons. Some Klopp made a comment about a hat that Mane was wearing at times. These little things know that the German culture is more like, they don't like flashy, they don't like unpredictability, they like efficient. It has to be a system. And
Audi, bro.
Audi, exactly.
Force-spun Dirch technique.
Yeah, them ones there. But the issue is, especially with these German coaches, you need that. You need the player with the magic, man. The one that can recreate, the one that can get on the ball, control the tempo of the play, get the ball moving to the players that are more athletic. And that's when you'll see Chelsea breaking the lower blocks, but they don't have that player. I think that's a criticism Tuchel and the German efficient system has to take as well, because he's from that school.
Nah, 100%. I hear you, and I agree with you completely. However, when you invest that much money in a centre forward, right? Obviously, it wasn't Tuchel's money, but when a club like Chelsea invests that much money in, Gunwood scored.
Oh, 2-0.
Yeah, I didn't even see it, purely because I've got the TV on the Spurs game because it's just about over. But yeah, when you invest that much money in a centre forward, 2-2.
Oh shit.
2-2. Yeah, Spurs just equalised in the last second.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but when you invest that much money in a centre forward, right? As a manager, you need to find a way to play to his strengths. Everyone talks about, obviously, me, but I'm trying to be balanced here. But you know me already. I have already said that Lukaku is a good striker. You give him service and he will score as long as it's not against the top teams. Flat track bully doesn't offer much else, right? But when you look at it, he went to Serie A and he was in a team that took the title away from a failing Juve side, right? That was aged and didn't have anything about it, but credit to him, he went and he won a league title, right? And Antonio Conte played to his strengths. Why is it after Chelsea have invested that much money that Tuchel isn't playing to Lukaku's strengths? Or is it that Lukaku, right? No fucking way, bruv. They just won it.
What Everton? What Tottenham?
Yeah. Bergwijn scored 2 in 1 minute.
Mad. Sorry, people. Listen, we're also watching football.
Nah,
it's
listen,
cool.
literally, yeah. Bruv, it's only my eye, out of the corner of my eye, I just saw him round, bruv, it's from Leicester's kickoff, bro. It's from Leicester's kickoff.
What?
Tielemans has the ball. He gives it away to Winks. Sugarcane plays Bergwijn through. He's onside. Literally goes around Kasper Schmeichel and then bruv puts it in the one place. The defender cuts off the angle and he puts it in the only place he could have scored. Mad. Wow. Expressions is probably going nuts right now, bruv.
Yeah, you pussies.
Yeah.
Come on. Jeez, Bergwijn and them things.
But but is it a case of Tuchel needs to find a way to get the best out of Lukaku, or is it that Lukaku, as the player coming into a Champions League winning team, he has to adapt and try and make it work for the manager?
There needs to be a bit of compromisation from both of them, too. Like, I understand, fair enough, yeah. There are things that Lukaku needs to do. Like, he doesn't press enough for his side, but obviously I don't really expect him to press. However, I do in a way feel bad for Lukaku, bro, because when he goes off, that's when Chelsea start crossing the ball. And it does not make sense. You have a player like that, why not cross the ball first, if you understand what I mean? So I can understand Lukaku's frustrations. However, simple things like controlling the ball, your touch, looking to pass the ball, these are things you've been taught from a young age. You should be able to do it. That's where Lukaku needs to take responsibility and help his team. However, I do understand his frustration in the sense that, so you've taken me off. Fair enough, I've not played well. But instead of you crossing the ball, or at least trying to put the ball in behind when there's space, you're not even playing to my chest or my feet. How am I supposed to work? You're not giving me the best opportunity. Having said that, Lukaku has had opportunities. They won against Man City, which he should have scored. And also, as a player, you need to take responsibility. How can I best help the team? What do I need to do to help Chelsea? Is my control needs to be better? Your first touch is everything. If you have a first touch, you hold the ball up, bring people into play. If you know what I mean, create space for your teammates. And that's where the criticism comes. Like you said, he is I'd say he's a top 5.
No,
I'm talking about in the Premier League, top 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, top 5 to top 10 striker. 5 to 10.
Nah, he's top 5 in the Premier League. Top
5. But to make him that elite world-class striker, there's a lot of attributes that he doesn't have, which doesn't benefit his team. If you look at, for example, Karim Benzema, even though Karim scores goals, he passes the ball, he holds the ball up, he links, he's got good footwork, left, right.
Bro,
those are the
same
attributes.
thing with Sugarcane.
Yeah, and Harry Kane has no pace, and that's what makes his goal scoring feats even better. He left foot, right foot, passing, control, bringing people into play. The only thing he doesn't have is pace. Lewandowski, the same thing. touch, wonderful. Silky with it. Finishes.
Link up play,
excellent.
Understanding
of the game.
And this is and that's another thing, bruv. Lukaku's football IQ is not there. It's not there, bruv. You put him. Listen, you make him go off instinct, right? He will score as soon as this guy has time to think. He's done out here, bruv. Done out here. And my whole thing is this, right? Tuchel needs to find a way of getting the best out of him. It's as simple as that. Because if it's going to be Tuchel or Lukaku, we've seen what kind of club Chelsea are. Lukaku will be there longer than Tuchel if he wants to be. At the same time, Lukaku needs to understand that he needs to adapt to some of the Tuchel's ways. And what hasn't helped the situation is obviously the comments that he made a couple of weeks ago.
Of course.
Right, that hasn't helped the situation at all. Like, don't get me wrong, he's been injured. We need to emphasize that. And it wasn't like a week or two. It wasn't for a week or two. He was out for a significant amount of time. So he's still getting sharpness. He's still getting match fitness. But my whole thing is that, bro, he's gonna have to do something, because at this moment in time, he's getting a lot of heat. And it shouldn't just be blamed on him, because, as you said, Werner can't finish his dinner, bruv. Ziyech, too inconsistent. Lord Mason Mount isn't consistent enough. Pulisic, injury prone. So, you know what I mean? Kai Havertz has gone absolutely missing. Cristiano Ronaldo is fuming right now because he's been subbed off. Right? Kai Havertz gone absolutely missing, bro. Missing. Do you know what I mean? So there's other...
Not playing
exactly. So there's players out there that are not getting the heat that Lukaku is getting, and they should be. As a team, they just don't do enough. And I get it, because the thing is, if you play that system of three at the back and you lose your wing backs, it's like Liverpool losing Andy Robertson and Trent.
Yeah.
Right? And we saw that last season. Right, it's going to have a massive impact on your style of play and the way how you go about it. So I completely understand that, but at the same time, I believe that shouldn't be affecting you in like these sorts of games. It shouldn't. So Brighton, don't get me wrong, Brighton are playing good football, but you should be winning those games. Do you know what I mean? Like, all the draws that Chelsea have had, bar obviously Liverpool. Right, they should be beating all the other teams. Do you know what I mean? But it's going to be one of them ones where we're going to see who's going to win it. Is it going to be Tuchel, or is it going to be Lukaku? Because right now it looks like Tuchel's winning. It looks like the Chelsea fans have turned on Lukaku, and obviously, again, the comments haven't helped. But we'll need to watch this space, bro, because up next they go away to the team that just won. They're at home to Spurs. Sorry, they got Spurs coming to Stamford Bridge. So they can't afford to drop those points, because when you think about it realistically, if Spurs go away to Chelsea and win, and Arsenal win on the weekend, and if we can hold this 2-0 lead and then beat West Ham on the weekend, right? Chelsea all of a sudden look like they're in a top 4 race, right? And that's not good enough for them coming off the Champions League win. So they're going to have to buck up their ideas, but realistically, they always beat Spurs, especially at home. So it shouldn't really be an issue. But ST, we need to move on, bruv. Like, time has flown by.
Trust me.
But we're going to do Prem predictions. At this moment in time, bro, I don't even know, because the truth will know who's won this week. I think you were in the lead, though. I think it might be your time still to win this one, but I can't confirm that. Only your truth can confirm that.
We'll ask him in the group later on.
We'll ask him in the group, and people will have that those results for you next week. But let's start off. First game is United versus West Ham. Massive game in terms of the race for the top 4.
1-1.
1-1, yeah. 1-1. I'm gonna go. I'm going to go 2-2, bro.
I hear you.
I can't see us winning it.
Neither can I.
And the form that West Ham are in right now as well, bruv. Like, we're just about managing to hang on to, bruv. There's still, 15 minutes left of this game. But yeah, cool. Next up is Southampton versus Man City.
3-1 City.
3-1 City. I'm going to go 2-0 City.
Okay.
Next up is Palace versus Liverpool.
You can go first.
I'm going to go... I'm going to go 1-1.
I hear you. You know what? I'm not confident Liverpool win this myself. They are really missing Salah and Mane.
I mean, they got a good win against Brentford, though, to be fair. But I just think that the way how Palace, even though Palace aren't on a good run at the moment, but I just can see it being a difficult game for them.
I'm gonna say 1-1 as well, man. I thought that's the score I said. I might as well agree with you. Honestly, like, I don't see Liverpool winning.
Nah, fair. What do you say?
1-1, man.
1-1 as well, yeah?
That's the one I thought, yeah.
Fair. Next up, Arsenal versus Burnley. Looks like Partey will be back for that.
Brother, listen, it's like he didn't go away.
Oh, listen. Oh, did you hear about the corruption thing?
About what happened?
The bruv saying that Xhaka is getting done for match fixing, bruv.
Swear down.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. I need to read about it.
Rashford made it 3-0.
Okay, fair enough. It's over.
Yeah, that's over, bruv. Yeah, bruv. Apparently, like if you check the group chat, like Rash put it in there, bruv, saying like basically Premier League are investigating a yellow card. Apparently, he got it when they were already 4-1 up. And yeah, bruv. So he might be on a ban.
Oh shit!
But yeah, Arsenal versus Burnley, bruv.
Yeah, I think Arsenal win that. 2-0.
2-0. I'm gonna go 3-0, bruv.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna go 3-0.
Burnley have let Chris
Wood go as well, bruv. So yeah, like they're in problems themselves. Yeah. Next one is we're gonna do 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna do 6. We're gonna do 6. So the next one is Leicester versus Brighton, bruv.
2-1 Brighton.
You know Leicester at home, right?
Yeah, I know.
Cool. 2-1 Brighton. I'm gonna go 1-1, bruv.
Fair enough.
And last but not least, the big game of the weekend, bruv. Chelsea versus Spurs. I'm gonna say 2-1 Chelsea.
I'm gonna say 2-2.
2-2,
yeah.
Yeah, bruv. There you have it, bruv. Another Prem predictions done. ST, if it was you that wins this game week, you'll get your flowers next week, bruv, when the truth does it, bruv. Like I said, bruv, you can still catch Mr. KA, bro. Mr. KA is here. Mr. KA is out here lollygagging, bruv. So you can always catch him up. It's no problem. But people, let us know what you think in the comment section. Let us know what you think about the circus at Manchester United. Do you think that Ragnick needs to pull his finger out and start going on with a dictatorship, bruv? Saddam Hussein settings. Do you think Martial really refused to train? Do you think that it's time to get rid of the dead wood once and for all and bring on the guys on the bench? Let us know what you think about Chelsea. Who's in the wrong? Is it Tuchel? Is it Lukaku? Is Lukaku the man? Does Tuchel need to adapt? Who will leave first? If Chelsea need to get rid of somebody, will it be Tuchel Will it be Lukaku? And let us know your Prem predictions as well. We always want to hear from you. And before we go, as usual, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Get the likes up, get the subscriptions up, and all that good stuff. And don't forget to join our social media pages as well. Links are in the description. Want to say thank you very much to my guy ST. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, man.
People coming up, we're gonna have, obviously I said the Fight Talk will be out same time as this, so as I said, head over to that one if you're watching this one. We're also gonna have the review show for Fight Talk for the UFC 270, so get on that. Obviously Footie Chat will be back next week as usual. I have been in contact with Mr. KA. NBA talk will be coming very, very soon. It will come before the All-Star break. And don't worry, boxing talk will be back as well. Unfortunately, tennis talk, we may leave that. With Novak not being at the Australian Open, we may leave that out for a little bit. But yeah, it's going to be all fun and games, people. Stay safe out there as usual, as we look like we're coming out of all restrictions again. That looks like it's coming soon. So stay safe, keep safe, and we shall see you very, very soon. Peace.
Peace.